Hello and welcome to this course. So, as already mentioned earlier, this course is about minimalism and detoxing your life and to just simplify your whole life. So, I'm really, really grateful that you're here, and I just want to say thank you for signing up. Um, I thought it would be maybe nice to just get to know my story a bit, but so that you know why would I say anything about minimalism? Do I have any experiences in this area and all these kind of things? So, as mentioned earlier, my name is Stephanie. I'm originally German and live in London, and I always moved a lot in my life. So, I always tend to get rid of a lot of possessions I had and um, don't try not to buy too much stuff just because I was moving so much. However, I was also in one place living for 3 full years, which was, I guess, the longest. It's actually not true. I moved in the same city a couple of times, but at least I'm like in the same city for 3 years. And this is kind of the longest I've been in one place. And um, yeah, I think for me it was like I just added up so much stuff. Like compared to others, it was probably not that much at all. But yeah, it was still a lot of stuff. And I also got into like the whole blogging about beauty and kind of thing. So you got to end up like with a lot of makeup. And I was just like getting to the point when I moved abroad, I think it was the first time, where I just was like, okay, you can't move anything with you. So you just like have a couple of suitcases you're going to move over. And so I had to declutter a lot of stuff and had to get rid of the stuff and really had to think through, okay, what is my style like? What kind of things do I want to, be surrounded by? What do I want myself to identify with my regards to material possessions like clothing? So if we look at someone, we of course first see their first appearance, which is pretty often somehow related to how they dress, how they look like, and yeah, but I guess most of the like regards to minimalism is on how they dress. So for myself, it was like, okay, I really like to wear black, and I like to wear a couple of pieces like this one, which is like more colorful, but it's still like nicely combinable with all my other pieces in my wardrobe. So this is what I did at this time already. It's a couple of years ago, and then I moved over to England, to the UK, and yeah, kind of redefined myself a couple of times in the last couple of years, only because it was like, well, in a different country you can do a lot of stuff. You can somehow just redefine yourself. You can live a new life. You make so many experiences that really change your life just because you live in a different culture, you speak a different language, you like your whole life literally changes. And then after I moved houses again, I was like, okay, well, I really want to get rid of even more stuff. So I was like, okay, it's like still there's a couple of things that I don't really know, that I don't really need, that I don't really want in my life. But I think the biggest chunk for myself was when I started running my own company, when I started to being self-employed, started to work from home, which was last summer, and I just got overwhelmed by everything that surrounded me. I was like in such a like creative state of mind where I had to think so much. I think I've never in any of my further roles at any of my further jobs I had to put on so much thought into things. I literally was responsible for everything from creating a web page or getting up the business and running, creating all the social media kind of things to really do the client acquisition to you know how it probably goes. Like it's like a lot of bits and pieces. You have to do a lot of admin stuff and also to really be there, be focused on your business and to really focus on the things that really, really matter while you're also having, like a private life and you also live in this place actually. So it was for my at the time where I was like, okay, I can't have that anymore. I felt like the more my mind was like really in a creative space and I was like thinking a lot, I felt like the surroundings around me needed to be as clear as possible. And I then got even more into the whole minimalism kind of lifestyle. I wouldn't say that I totally miss out everything. So, for example, like the spaces over here, I just like them and I feel like they add value and they add joy to my life. But I detached myself from too much emotion to unmaterial things. And it doesn't mean that I live totally minimalistic with just the bare essentials. This is not how I roll. I like to be surrounded by things that are beautiful, that I like. But yeah, I'm very much focusing on easy processes, on yeah, clean spaces around me that can really help me be creative on paper or in my business, in my mind, but also give me the freedom of having a structure around me. And yeah, so I got then into like the whole habit of tidying up my whole wardrobe, cleaning out, a lot of decluttering. And I mentioned already before, I didn't have that much stuff anyways, but yeah, I felt like I can't like even buy any more stuff. I really feel like if I buy new things, I want to throw something out. So I do this regularly, and minimalism is not really something that you do once and you don't have to do it any time again. So minimalism is more about a habit. It's more about kind of a process. The whole thing about simplifying, it's not just one event and you're done, but it's more about like keeping the status of having just a certain amount of stuff. By no means I'm not one of these people who say like, oh, you're only allowed to have like 10 items in your wardrobe or anything like this. Not at all. I mean, please feel free to have as many items as you want, but it's really about going into the process pretty often. So you can, even if you have like decluttered stuff, it will be easier for you, but it's just like getting also the aesthetics, or like the aesthetic kind of part of the minimalism, to have clean spaces, to just like make it really easy for you to just wipe over it and just clean things. So yeah, I think this just helped me a lot to focus more efficiently on my business, focus more efficiently on what is truly important to me, to not be overwhelmed by too many things surrounding me, by finding the things that I truly value, to focus more on my relationships, to get rid of my phone when I'm having dinner with my friend, and all these kind of things. So it was really about thinking through, what kind of life do I want to live? What kind of relationships do I want to have? What kind of space do I want to be in? What kind of stuff I want to be surrounded by? Another thing that might be important to mention is that I am a person who loves to travel a lot. So, what I do is I really value experiences a lot more than any material possessions. So, this is another thing, just having the freedom of yeah, doing whatever I want whenever I want, to by be like literally able to grab my bag and to just get on the go. But also to save money for things that I um, want to get and I want to do like in the future. So for example, if I want to go to on a, I don't know, experience like an expensive trip, I want to travel through India again or anything like this. It's just like for me to really looking forward to doing it. So to really save the money and to be clear on my goals and to then just really enjoy the trip even more, and also to not just bring stuff over there so that I can prove I was there, like not at all. It's more about like really being in the moment, being there, and just just enjoying the trip and all these kind of things. So yeah, this is what minimalism is for me. But in the next lectures, I will also go over the whole concept of minimalism, what it is, and in a more general way. I will also give you a couple of examples out of my life, so yeah, that you hopefully can just relate. And we will also go over the benefits and then really get into the bits and pieces. We also do the challenge where you can experience parts of minimalism yourself and then really make up your mind whether this is a concept you would like to identify yourself with or that you would like to try. And I really hope you like this course. And yeah, for me, it was a project I really wanted to do, so it's really important for me. And I'm looking forward to get in touch with you guys. So if you have any like feedback or if you have any like questions, just let me know. Maybe there are even like some aspects I have just maybe just gone over it because I thought, okay, maybe that's it's just clear, or I haven't, even thought through that this might be something you are more interested in more detail. Just let me know, and I'm happy to yeah, to get back to you. So yeah, I wish you a lot of fun with this whole course, with the project, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you and seeing on how what kind of results you get. As I have mentioned, I will put in a hashtag down below for the 30-day minimalism challenge, so that you guys can maybe even connect with each other on social media and see how others are getting on with the progress, and just snapping pictures or using the hashtag so that you guys can find each other and create a kind of community. Because I think it can be a hard journey. You can have like a couple of barriers, especially when you get to the points where you not just declutter stuff, but where you really get to the point what is in the meaning of things really for you. So maybe what kind of feelings you try to cover when you shop, and all these kind of things, which we will cover later on. But it can be a tough journey, so it might be beneficial for you to just buddy up with people who are on the same journey as you are. And yeah, I wish us all lots of fun on this course, on this journey, and looking forward to connect with you later on. Take care.